let's call our April 17th TV Scott Lottery Board meeting to order. Do you have any correspondence you'd like to share with us? We'd like to welcome Mark Wykes. Does everybody know Mark? Does Mark know everybody?
Yeah.
You know everybody?
Not everybody, no.
Well, do you want to introduce yourself?
No, I'll tell you a little bit about myself.
Okay.
I'm the 7th Ward Alderman, or 7th District Alderman. I'm a retired teacher from MAPS. I have over 33 years teaching. I still sub in the school district yet, and I do other odd jobs besides.
What would you teach?
Social studies.
Ah,
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah, history.
Good choice.
History.
Little bias
I was
here.
reading the 4-year-old, 3 and 4 year olds today
I had split middle school, junior high, and then high school my last 18 years.
Cool.
So I have 4 children, 4 grown adult girls, 5 grandchildren.
though. No wonder you're great.
But, yeah, you gotta deal with that. But yeah, my wife works for Aspirus. She's a nurse, still working, so I'm very fortunate. So
No, glad welcome. And who don't you know here? That
I know you, Mike.
Okay.
I know Miss
Lori.
Olaf. I know Miss
okay.
MC Craig.
I know Martini. Him and I coached wrestling for probably 25 years. I wasn't coach too. I coached football and wrestling, girls softball. I know Mr. Mamer. I know Audrey. She's one of my constituents as well. I don't know you. Oh, you're Grunwald, right? This guy as a football player. He was a heck of a player too. I had to get a closer look. The facial hair is through me off.
He got older like the rest of us.
No, I had Groody, one of my players back.
And how about Brighton Motion?
Well, I did not play
No.
football.
I did have Hans as a
Probably.
student way back from when
Yep,
I
that
first
was-
got out of school. I had
Yep,
Hans.
that's my husband, so I'm the county appointee and I'm a midwife in the area.
Okay.
So I'm noticeably absent
But
once in a while.
I go through
because
Joe Snow all the time.
That's my stomping grounds.
Yeah, I know.
Well, welcome anyway. We got public comment today? No, it doesn't look like it. Your pleasure on the minutes of our March 17th meeting, please.
A motion to approve.
I will second.
Motion made and second to approve the regular meeting minutes from March 27th. Any discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? How about your pleasure on the unaudited monthly review and expense report for March?
We got the vouchers first.
Oh, the voucher, which, I'm sorry, which is this one. That starts out at the top, regular open item register.
Yes.
This is the new system where we send all these vouchers to the city and they pay them and send us back this report that says that they blew
Whole bunch of cash.
a lot of numbers. Is
$778.
that what it is?
Yeah.
What page is the total on?
Or that's what we have available.
That's what we have available yet, no.
We actually, it's just went over 435 actually. Of expenditure.
17,000 is what, no, that's year to date. Must be 16,000? 16 is bottom two.
The packet total was 17,124.88.
That's,
Page 12.
yeah, but isn't that year to date? I don't know, it says
I
amount,
see, yeah. That is,
then it says year total. That's what they usually were though for a month. So I think
Yep,
that
17,124.88
is for the year, for the month.
for the month.
Okay.
March.
What kind of a motion would you?
Motion.
We're not gonna get any comparison to budget anymore?
Well, we will on this
On that
report.
one, okay.
This is just, the voucher is the AP, the accounts payable, all of the bills that were paid last month. Typically, you would get a packet, in the past you had a packet and we had 2 board members sign, that is not required. And so Emily has suggested that we go with this system because this is how the city council, that's how P&F goes through and they approve vouchers at their meetings. And she asked if we would go in that direction as well.
Would she come and explain the darn thing? She can find where the month total is?
I'm sure she would. She has indicated she'd be happy to talk with anybody, so.
All right.
If you would like
You see
me
the
to.
motion, right?
Okay, you want a motion to approve it, is that?
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't have a motion.
Motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve our expense vouchers totaling the 17,000. Any other discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It has been approved. Okay, now we'll get on the revenue and expense report, which is, revenue and expense report.
That one.
Y'all entertain a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second, motion made, second to approve our monthly revenue and expense report. And everything seems to be, even the heat and light seems to be reasonable, right?
Yes, we're knocking on wood there.
Any discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, it is approved. And our statistical report.
We're busy.
Someone else will do that now.
You want a motion before we
Motion.
talk? Or-
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, I'll make a motion because you know I love the statistics.
I know you do.
Motion made and seconded to approve the statistical report for March.
Okay.
Did you find, did March, you find?
I don't.
Oh, do you want, you borrow mine, but it's marked up.
Yeah.
You want your
Well,
own?
who's got a discussion on it?
I do.
Yeah.
There's a surprise. Just, it's sort of interesting to notice, like, traffic is up, right? Facility traffic is up, circulation is down, except e-audiobooks, which is kind of interesting, because the audiobooks themselves went down dramatically. So something funny is happening, and people's, it seems like their preference is shifting, and I think that companies are really, really, really pushing the e-audiobooks because no production costs and they're done in 8-12 hours, whereas books take longer. So really, this looks like it's a market push, and I would not be surprised if every library in our area is seeing the same numbers.
Yeah.
Because it's what's being pushed by the external market. But the foot traffic is up significantly, 7%, something like that. And so that's good to note because this remains kind of one of the social centers of the community.
Yep.
So,
Any other comments or questions? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
aye.
Opposed, it is approved. The, what, Ski construction company quote on our proposed youth services remodeling jobs.
Pushusky, something like that. So please review.
So,
And then we can move forward.
Now, are we using this as an estimate, or is this a bid?
This is an estimate.
Okay.
We can call, discussion can come after we,
Okay.
and because I could not get it to you beforehand, please review first before making
So what do you
such
want?
motion.
Do we need a motion to discuss it then?
Yeah, we will. Yep.
Okay.
Can I just get a summary as to what the project is?
Yes, I will do that. So, yes, yes. So in the Youth Services Department, in the northeast corner, it's a space that has, simply been unutilized. And we know that we have the need for meeting rooms and for activity rooms. And so we proposed having, and through the space needs study, that was through the space needs study that kind of directed us in that. We wanted to add that activity room. So this estimate is for that structure, that addition.
So it's a remodel.
It's a remodel. It's a remodel in that corner, yes. And it will be, I mean, it's just going to be a nice activity room that the library certainly can do.
That's open to,
It will be another room that people from the community can utilize.
So I got a motion to discuss that,
Motion.
Second.
and a second. Discussion.
So yes, this is an estimate. Because of the cost, we will have to go out to bid. So he came in with the numbers, he looked at the specs that were provided to us by MSR Design out of Minneapolis. And then we worked with one of the vendors that we have used for other furniture materials here at the library to provide that estimate as well. So now the furniture, that, we don't have to necessarily go up to bid for that, but the project itself, the build project part of it, we would.
So, if I may.
Yeah.
So if we haven't opened up bids, done an
Yeah.
RFP or whatever, how did he come in to do this? And, I mean, is
He
there?
worked with
So he worked with the MSRP people?
He worked with MSR and he also worked with Nick.
Did anyone else work with them, or like, who else is gonna come in with a bid, is the question? Like, who else is likely to, who else knows?
Well, I mean, we'll put it out there,
Okay.
so we don't know who knows.
Because it just seems sort of funny to get a bid before there's a bidding
No,
process.
No, it was an
Estimate.
estimate, so I knew if, as far as,
That's all I asked.
if
It's
there.
an estimate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
we
I
needed
get
it.
that, yeah. Although I think all things are estimates.
Yeah,
eventually.
I know. I realized that. This is so that we knew where we were at fund-wise, if we had to move forward with it. And that's part of my,
What was the
They-
amount, like that you thought it was wanting to stay under?
the build itself, the MSR Design indicated it would be under 100,000. So,
when would this be done?
As soon as possible.
sooner than.
After you approve it.
Last year.
Target date?
We have the funding, is that what you're asking?
No.
No.
We have the funding.
When would you would like to have it open?
Tomorrow?
To the public?
I will start working with Rod Akey. Him and I have had discussions, so, because I don't have a person.
Yeah, well,
I
no,
will-
Nick is going.
Right,
So have
right.
you adjusted from that, okay?
Oh,
Different.
I've learned a whole lot about buildings, way more than I thought I would ever need to know. I already, I immediately.
But that's good that you
yeah.
talked to him
Oh.
before he left.
Yeah, we had some discussions about things beforehand. Still,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't recall, has it been estimated how long, once the project starts, how long until completion, has that been?
That has not been discussed.
Okay.
No.
That should not take.
The weather
Should
shouldn't
not
bother
take
it
that
much.
No, it shouldn't.
That's true.
I don't think, I don't foresee that being a project that will take a considerable amount of time.
Getting the contract.
It's,
Yeah,
right.
that's the deal. You're
Yeah.
finding the contractor, and they
Lining
want to be
up.
working outside at this time of year, so they
Yep.
may put
Which
it
is why
off,
sooner.
put it off till the fall.
Might have, yeah. So,
So what's the question then? The question is, do we wanna move
Do we want to
forward?
go forward with getting bids on it?
yeah.
Which I don't think there's much discussion there from what we've had the last,
Yeah.
year? How
Why
long we've been
would-
working on
why
it?
would we-
Yeah.
We have adequate funding too.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that was my request to approve, to move forward with that process, whatever. And this is new for me, so,
This
And now you-
construction company has a pretty good track record.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, this one does, so yeah,
And it's local.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the proposal's like, based on these estimates, is about 120,000.
Right.
I'll make a motion to move forward with the capital project funding process.
I'll second that.
Motion made and second to approve the
Well,
capital
that,
funding.
the motion had already been made and seconded, so that, well, yeah, in order to open the
Oh,
discussion.
okay.
Right, it was you.
So, yeah, Ryan and Elizabeth,
Okay.
so we're good.
Any other discussion?
Yeah,
Like I said, we've been working on for what, at least a year, right, if not longer? When we started with
It's been over a
MSR?
year.
Been about a year.
Over a
It's been
year,
over
so
a year. Yeah.
it's not something new to us, you know, I mean, we've put in considerable amount of thought about the project, so. Any other discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Now you got something to do.
Unfortunately, just sit down, right? Yeah.
Strategic plan goals, and let's see. Just mark out one of these two, or?
you know, here, I've got an extra packet, here,
Okay.
sorry, Mark,
Thank you.
my apologies.
My only question, what are these little numbers out here?
Well, when it is complete, when it is entirely complete, those page numbers will have all of the extra, remember the extra
This is a-
details?
This
That'll
is a
refer-
page number then?
Yeah, that's a page number, yep, that's work in progress, that's what that means. So,
All I can see is you got a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Got quite a gold.
yeah, and then, you
I'm
know.
glad I'm
there's-
retired, I don't have all these goals. Mine are
I
quite
simply
limited.
wanted, you know, this was just a discussion, you know, no action required. Next month I will have a full report and then I will ask for approval at next month's meeting, so. But right now it's just, these are the strategic goals and objectives. We made some adjustments, and we created a goal focused on awareness, just to keep us marketing what we have here so that the community knows about us. We need to make that a goal and something that we keep in front of us at all times to make sure that people know that we're here.
Has anybody got any suggestions to
Yeah,
add or subtract?
Yep.
Because this is pretty lofty and which I think we should have, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You know, whether you meet all the goals or not, that's a different discussion than when you're setting them.
Yeah. And the final draft will have at each action, I'm calling them action steps now, instead of objectives. Each action step will have something that will be listed below with measurable steps, so that you know that, you know what we're looking for.
Data.
The data, that's correct. Yep. So, and that will be in the final report.
Any comments or concerns?
Okay.
And welcome, Katie, I guess.
Yes.
You've been reappointed, huh?
Yeah, and we have Mark over there.
To say that I nominated you on Tuesday
Oh,
to be the county's appointee, and Supervisor Greg Hartwig seconded the nomination. It was a unanimous vote, so welcome back.
I'm happy to be here.
thanks. Glad to have you.
Anyways.
Strategic plan goals number 3. And again, that's just a review. I don't know if we need a motion or anything on that one. Any discussion or comments? That's sort of referencing what not sort of, it is referencing,
It will.
this is part of this.
Yep, yep, they will. That's the.
All right, our Wisconsin trustee, central number 11. How many of these do we have, 20-some? I'm guessing. I don't know, Mark, we discuss one of these every month. And it's put out by the state, as you can see. And there's, rather than having a session on them, we expect the board members to review them, and then if they got questions or comments, we can talk about it rather than spend time everybody going over them every year, because they don't usually change that much.
No,
Usually.
usually.
And then your report, Lori.
I've got the upcoming events listed there. This is we start moving into getting ready for summer. So we take, May ends up being kind of more of a low-key month because come June 1st, when things get started, we are busy. So we give everybody a little bit of breathing room and work on the backside with things. Nothing to report from Diane. The Friends, their book sale starts tomorrow with the Friends, and Elizabeth.
Free table is up right now.
So they're excited, and they've got it all set up and they're ready to go. I provided you with that final version of our local report in the packet today. So we were elemental in 2023, so kind of that was the focus for our report. So as I mentioned, you had in front of you the strategic plan goals and objectives. We'll have that final report to you in May, and at that time then it will be in action, so for approval. We continue to work with community members, nonprofits. We are working with UW Stevens Point, their outreach, continuing education program there. Mara Prousa, the outreach coordinator. I met with her and Jean Greenwood on some possibilities that we will work together. I've been on the NICE Team Project Committee, continue to be. Again, that is the project where they are looking at the two library systems, the Wisconsin Valley Library System and Northern Waters, and combining the library, the functioning platform part of it on the backside, combining that into one. What I want to share with everyone is that what will happen is that Wisconsin Valley Library System and Northern Waters will still have the same governing boards. So they will have separate governing boards, but the system that delivers materials to the patrons in basically from here north will be all under one system. So there's some question as to whether or not that will affect circulation of materials through courier. They're working some things out where they hope, we don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. So we're doing the best we can with the estimates, and we'll see where that will end. They have been working through a grant, an LSTA grant, to do this evaluation. And the end of this particular grant is in June, so that is why they're hoping to have all of that work complete by then. Each library system, the boards have some input. Eventually the library systems themselves will make that decision whether or not to combine. They're doing we just recently had an open town hall meeting. They are planning to do a few more of those moving ahead. They were strongly encouraged to do that. So Mike did attend the last one, so he was able to hear a little bit about what I just mentioned now. It is no matter how, whatever happens, we will make the best of it with the patrons, and we will reassure them that they are our priority. So.
Yeah, I listened to I was surprised at the number of questions that came up that I would have figured they would have been solved earlier than the process if it's supposed to be done by June. So hopefully they get some of those logistic things solved, if that's the plan. For instance, what's it going to cost us to merge? I don't think it's going to be free.
No.
No. And so those type of things.
They've indicated that the shared cost will be, because we are going to be consolidating, that the shared cost will be slightly lower. But of course, there's no guarantee with that. So.
I thought they were going to pay us to join.
Yeah. I wish. That'd make that a whole lot easier for me to make that decision. Yeah. So, we just hope that, and then, I'm that it does not affect our patrons. I mean, that is the part that has been my main concern in the discussions that we've had. I am not comfortable with the pace at which this process is going, and I have voiced that opinion to them, so. We'll see.
I even agree with that.
Yeah.
But I only in on for a good hour, right? I guess it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, that was that.
So nothing to get excited about yet.
Not yet.
Except that, that is in the works. Okay.
I'm working with Rod Hickey for hiring our city facilities manager. We've had a few interviews already this week. We have 2 more on Friday, and then I'm on vacation next week. And then May 1st, we have another interview, and by the end of that week, we hope to have a decision with a target date of June 1st. So, yeah, I know. Yep.
You're worried about the pace of.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm thinking sooner the better, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So they have a good pool. Rod shared during the chamber meeting this morning that they have a good pool of candidates.
We have. We were both quite pleased with the applicants we had.
So quality of them?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes,
Great.
yes. So when it comes right down to it, we know, yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, yeah, it
It's
is.
unusual these
Yeah, right,
days.
right.
You had applicants?
Very.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no, did not
Yeah.
expect that.
Yeah, yeah. And that is what I have. Oh, I do have one more, just save the date. So we've got a couple of things coming up. We have, someone retiring from the school board, and coming up shortly. And the end of June, we have that on as the end of June. Those end dates might change along the way, but for Richard, it's the end of June, and we won't let him leave any sooner.
Maybe you have to deliver the report in July.
Yeah, and then he's gonna, yes, and then he's gonna deliver the report in July with Darcy, so, yes. But we are and then we have a retirement coming up from here. So we are saving the date for August 22nd at 5:30. It is a Thursday evening. We will be closing the library early that day. It will be at the Agri Pavilion, and we're just gonna have an outdoor picnic, fun thing, and celebrate those people.
The Riverbend Pavilion?
Yes, I have that reserved, so. Yeah. So, just put that in your
Sounds
calendar.
like a party to me, I guess.
Sounds like it's good.
There you go. So that will,
That's it?
that's it.
Anything else? I don't have anything other than thank everybody for coming again today. And anybody got any questions or comments? Welcome to the rehab too, and the new guy. Oh, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made, second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.